All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the Southern Broadcast Race Network. We got the Impact Racing League. We're getting it set up here right now as we're about to get the cars on the grid. Here we go. All right. Oopsie. There we go. All right, there we go. We got the cars lined up on the grid today. It's going to be Joe Tardif. He's going to be on the pole. Good Pacer second. Dominic Previtt fourth or third. Garrett's going to be in fifth, and just down the line. Ton of cars tonight. It's going to be 27 cars starting this race at Atlanta. Stages are 30 and 60. We're going to go 124 laps. Should be a ton of fun. Had a good time last week at Nashville. Was a controversial finish, you could say, to say the least. If you're
I can do well.
You got to turn the voice chat off. One moment. There we go. Don't need to hear them going on about the voice chat or whatever as they go down the back straightaway. Think of these guys for bringing us in here. We got the sponsor of the race down there. I'm gonna make just scoot a bit over. There we go. Points wise, still got some races to go. I believe there's about 4 races left to go in the season. So there's still a lot of drivers who are going to be vying for some positions in that top 12 spots. All right, here we go. First 30, Joe Tardif leads them down. We're green. Now, Atlanta, we'll just start out right here. Not the same as what it used to be. We're kind of in the point where the track's been around for a little while now, like 2 years, I believe. And it's a drafting track, pretty much like Daytona or Talladega. It runs a lot different than you would say Talladega or Daytona. Very unique as one car gets on the wall. That's the red and white car. I believe that is Alexander Palma. Yes, it is. And this track, yeah, does not run like either Daytona or Talladega in terms of how you draft. It's very unique in that sense. There's pretty much only 2 real viable lines, you could say first. Second off, with those lines, it's either high or bottom. Now, I'd say with the Cup cars, you have a little bit more leeway, perhaps, to run the top. I would not say maybe in the trucks, for example. Trucks, it can be really hard to kind of get that momentum going up on the top, but it's pretty much a 2-groove racetrack. So, you know, anytime it gets 3 wide, it gets a little bit sketchy here. But the other thing is tire wear is a thing that you actually have to consider. Way more than the other tracks. The other tracks, I mean, you can go for long periods of time without even needing tires. But when it comes down to the point of this track, you know, after running about 20 laps or so, it does get to the point where the tires will start to get you loosened up, especially in the rear. And we have a caution. Let's see what that's for. We're going to find the guy. There we go. Ooh, dear. All right. So coming through, yeah, it's got wide and loose and 4 wide, and then it just destroyed. And there goes Stanley Thomas. And a lot more cars got involved, too. Oh, my goodness. Just, you could say maybe a case a little aggressive too early. It's going to take out a couple good cars and make them use an early reset on a track where, you know, we're running 124 laps on it. Uh-oh. 10 seconds. SDK is saying that the race is over, even though it's not. So, couldn't tell you why it's doing that. John Ledger is the leader, though. Colin Garrett gonna pull up on him. 5 laps complete. Under caution for the first time today. Now, you know, with that caution, early in the races, I typically see in leagues at least, they tend to, I guess you could say, calm down after, you know, a caution like that. They tend to really just kind of get in the line. You kind of see it happen in real life too, where, you know, they'll be running side by side a bunch of, like a track like Daytona or Talladega. You know, caution will come out and then they'll be running for a long time, just in a single file line. It happens like that sometimes, and wouldn't be surprised if they were to do that right now. I'm gonna restart the HUD really fast. Yeah, it still wants to say that it's checkered. I don't know why it wants to do that. Well, while we're under caution, we'll take a quick break on the Southern Broadcast Race Network. 5 of 124 complete. We're just reloading the race up real fast. Hopefully that'll do the... yes, there we go. Perfect. Problem solved. Yeah, we just had to reload the race. Just get the SDK fixing itself again. And, you know, luckily, we're back just in time to be able to catch the green flag. .724 complete. And pace car going to come off this time. John Ledger. Gonna bring him down with that 19. 2 cars only a lap down. That's going to be Dave Maryberry and Kevin Frey and Stanley Thomas. I believe Stanley perhaps might be out. Here we go. Green flag. All right, well, already up to the high side goes the 19 with the 69. Up to the high side, both of them. Oh, man. Whoa. Look at that. That car ain't going to make good time. The 12 car running without really any kind of front right now, and I'm actually surprised that he's even going fast. And that car is not going to be good aero dynamically at all. But I'm really surprised that even without that fender, he's actually catching them pretty good. Because typically what you'd see like that in iRacing is what would happen when there's that much damage to the front of the car is the car will just, parachute. You can't really do anything with it. It'll just, stick around. He's actually going to catch up to this pack, it looks like. I'm not sure. I don't think that car is going to be very good leading or turning, it looks like. But, he's looking just to save that fast repair for later on in the race. I mean, good call for him, I would say. It makes total sense to do that. Pack got a little bit spread out. Got about the top 9, and then it falls back to the second pack, who they're about a second back. They could catch some. Not sure if they'll be able to, though. This is a time where you kind of got to put your differences aside right now for just a moment, and line up, try to catch the pack. It'll be a lot faster. Just get up there. You can go all side by side and have your fun afterward. Because look, they're already down 2 seconds. They were down just a second a moment ago, and they're going to continue to lose time to a relatively organized pack on the high side. They're taking the longer line, and they're actually running quicker, it seems, than the people running the low line. So the high line might be the line of choice today. And yeah, when they're running side by side like that, it just makes you go so much slower than if you're a pack on your own. Let's see what we got here on the chats. What do we got here on the chats? The 9 car has a clean paint. Josh? Let's go find Josh. Where's old Josh? Oh man, I was looking at the chat. Big crash. Oh my goodness, and the caution comes out. And it happens in the front of the pack. Well, actually, no, it happens in this rear pack. And that's what happens when you're just, oh man, the up one, he just got up and then loose. I don't even know what happened to that 01 car. And, they just wreck all across the track into the inside wall. And that's a big cram for a lot of these guys. And then they fly back out. Oh my goodness. That's some big hits for a lot of them. Let's see, Josh is clean. Ooh, that does look clean. And a very clean scheme for the 9 car. Caution out. What else do we have in the chat? Tons of fun. Subscribe with Prime. Thank you very much for the subscription. Let's go from Devon Johnson. And yeah, a lot of guys coming down pit road, a lot of damage. If you have a little bit of damage, but not, engine damage or anything like that, that's going to keep you out of it. And yeah, it makes sense just to go in there and get the damage fixed up. But, you might have to burn a reset, unfortunately. I think a few of these guys might go a lap down. A few cars going to come down pit road. Tires can be very important here, but I'm going to wait to really burn my tires until we get further into the race, because the main reason is that I want a tire set at the end. The way these tires are on this track is that they just wear out so quickly that you will lose time and be a lot slower. But even if you're in the draft, they may not slow you down, but it'll make you way tighter or way looser. It'll make it very hard to run in traffic, especially. A couple of cars came down pit road. 11 scheme's looking good. We got T-Stro in the chat. Hello there, T-Stro. Dave Maryberry's still on pit road. And we should be getting the 1 to green this time by. A little bit of a rough start today. But I think we'll get it figured out. And, yep, pace car lights off this time. You know, the one thing I do like about Atlanta, quick cautions. You know, mess around and pacing for too long at Atlanta. I'll tell you that much. All right, we're going to be going back to green with just 13 laps to go in the stage. And Joe Tardif revisits pit road. Looks like he's just going for maybe just a little bit of extra repairs or just some gas. And I'm going to get back going to green. Big field. 21 is the first car lap down. That's Mike Miller. So top 20 on the lead lap. Dave Maryberry coming around to go to the back of the pack, because even though there are some lap cars ahead of him, if you pit on 1 to green, you forfeit any position above a lapped car. All right, pace car off. Ledger gonna bring him down again. Green, green, green. Now, if you're someone who needs points, yeah, stage points are definitely gonna help you today. And you know, if you're a guy in need, you know, around that cutoff line, I mean, it's gonna be in your best interest to stay up in front as long as possible. I mean, there's 2 strategies that you typically see at these speedway tracks. It's either try to lead a lot of laps and stay up front, you know, maybe not necessarily lead, but you're just trying to stay up front. You're trying to make it to the end up front. And typically that means you're probably going to want to stay in like around the top 6. Or you're right in the back. You know, you're just very passive. You don't really try to do anything. You just, you know, go with the flow of the race and hope to make your move at the end. Now, this track, I will say this, heavily favors the people up front. It's a hard track to pass on. Typically only one dominant line. It's either the high line or the low line, depending on the car you're in. So with that being said, riding in the back, just if you're the one telling me, if you're the one asking me like what strategy I'm doing, I'm saying stay up front, because it's just too hard to make moves at this track. I mean, you can make moves just fine, but you need a lot more time to make them typically, and you have to start getting aggressive really early, and it will definitely hamper your ability to really be able to do anything, because you know you have everyone looking after the same prize. So I'd rather be in that top 6 where you have much less to deal with. But I am interested to see the fall off right now. I'm actually gonna, you know what? I was gonna put up the ticker, but I actually want to see this real fast. So the best laps, you know, were about 30.3s. You know, they've fallen off about, you know, a tenth, maybe 2 tenths. It'll get a lot worse as the day goes on, if you manage to get those long runs. And I'd imagine those long runs are probably going to be coming more at the end of it. But you know, even with a 25 lap run, That is enough to really get those cars feeling loose on these tires. You could say maybe a little bit less so on the Cup cars because of the the large tires. They take a little bit to warm up anyhow. So you can probably go a little bit longer in a Cup car just on tires than you could in a truck or an Xfinity car. You don't want to be on oldies forever. You'll definitely have a tire advantage here on new tires. Well, looking for the lead is going to be Tilly on the bottom. That's actually going to be Good Pacer. Good Pacer looking for the lead on the bottom, and now they're getting a little feisty, going for the lead. And this is where, 69, stay off the wall, buddy. This is kind of what you're testing for. You're getting information whenever you go to these plate tracks. What works, what doesn't work. What can I do later that will benefit me? Now, overall, at least when they're not with cars on the inside, it seems like the high side is preferred. But it looks like, the inside, if it can get lined up properly with a weak outside line, they can definitely get some damage done. Now, also, we're earlier in the race, so you're not going to see as aggressive driving from the outside line, perhaps. But what you do got to keep in mind is that these outside cars, they could, if they really wanted to, they could pinch the heck out of you and give you no exit speed at all. But it seems like they're doing just fine even without it. Billy leads with 3 laps to go and coming up on a lapped car. And I believe we have a caution. Let's see what happened here. Ooh, he disappeared. Okay. The 24 got really loose. And then came down on the 51, spun himself out, come down in the 2, and I believe he got plowed by the 13. Oh man, this got hooked up there. I believe that could be the end of the stage. Yeah, we should finish the stage under caution. So it would appear that Alex Tilley is going to be the Stage 1 winner. All right. Everyone going to be coming down pit road. The tires get fuel, get everything they need. Take a look at the chat. Reviving this is a pain. That's unfortunate. Paulus Jr. gonna stay out. I believe he's the only car that is going to stay out on the racetrack. All right, stage 1 break complete. Commercial break, and we'll be back for the start of stage 2. Southern Broadcast Race Network. All right, pace car off. We're going to be getting restarted. Going to be a longer stage than we anticipated. Here we go. Ooh, big check up there. Everything looks all right. No one took any damage. Now caution's out. Ooh. A 12. Who looks like he just got freshly repaired. Oh no. What a disaster for the 12. Yeah, that checkup. Yep. 55 got smacked and got into the wall and ooh. Now damage doesn't look as bad to the 12 as it did before, but still relatively bad damage for the 12. All right. Here they all come back down the line. Good pacer. Gonna be the leader. Probably no one gonna come down pit road with that caution. Maybe Paul Jr. He might come down pit road. That's the only one I can really see needing to come down pit road. You know, he let his lap. You know, got what he wanted. I think Paul will probably come down pit road now. It won't be last for sure because there's a ton of lap cars and probably a few guys that are going to come in for repairs after that too. Yeah, not going to come down pit road. All right, well, we're back under caution, and we'll be back for the restart on the Southern Broadcast Race Network. All right. Going back to green this time by. Good pacer, going to lead him down the line. We'll try the restart again. Green, green, green. All right, everyone looks like they got to get way good that time. Good pacer going to go down to the bottom and swap lanes with the 17. The 21 goes in behind. And give the tower cam a run for its money, I guess. It's going to be Ian Ogden trying to lead in his Toyota. But the 99 cannot, well, is not going to let him get it. And I'm surprised that those two cars are running so good on the bottom right now. Ooh, man, they really putting that 99 up there now. Oh, in the wall goes Ogden, or a good pacer. The 84, Jesse Vaughn, looking to do something on his own. Seeing if anyone's going to want to come with him. Doesn't look like it. And 9's going to come down with him, and so is the 9. I'm going to lead up top, though. I think also that these guys need to get sorted out because they might lose touch with the pack. They're not at too big of a threat, but I mean they're still about 8/10 back. And you know, at that margin, oh man, that is where the draft really starts to get lost. And I would say Martin's probably their best guy out there right now. But yeah, I mean, they are starting to lose the draft. I mean, they're dropping almost a tenth now again. And it seems like what's happening is the rear guys are, they're getting... I can't tell if they're getting bad restarts or this, not organized. I mean, it looks like a little bit of both. But these guys, I mean, they can deal with it now. I mean, it's not that important. They're not going to go a lap down. They're not going to have to worry about a green flag pit stop. But, when that goes into the final stage where we have, 64 laps to run, yeah, we're going to have to worry about it. Because, theoretically, if the race goes green all the way, what then? What then? Because we got a caution again. Ooh, looks like Jamie Stevens. Oh, dear. That was something ahead of Stevens. Oh, man, the 12 again. Oh, dear goodness gracious. Oh, my goodness. Patrick has had the worst day of his racing career, probably. He's hit everything but the pace car at this point. Just running down the front straightaway, and this is actually one of them tracks where, you can just kind of get looks like that. Got in the 43, went up the track, 11 got into it, and then 87 tries to avoid and just absolutely slams the car in front of him. And Ian Ogden will take the caution on lap 40. Make sure you don't forget to claim your bits and use them to, if you want to ride with somebody throughout the race, you can use the bits. What is it? 100 to highlight my message, 10,000 for a random NASCAR fact, 15,000 to ride along with your driver, 100,000 to join us in the booth. All right. Well, 12 car going to come down pit road, and I'm honestly surprised that he doesn't have more damage from that. He should have a lot more, as a couple cars going to follow. Andrew Allen, Dave Mayberry, Cole, Deion Johnson, Jamie Stevens. Oh, dear. Yeah, that 12 car should have a lot more damage. He's very lucky that he doesn't. All right, we're getting down to 20 to go on the stage. And it's been a little bit chaotic. And I'm just wondering, is there going to be a point in this race where these guys are just going to be like, hey, it's just self-preservation. We don't want to waste our resets. I think you only get one. Just have self-preservation in mind, and let's try to make it to the end of the second stage at least. We'll have 60 laps to battle it out. We just want to make it to at least that guaranteed caution, and then maybe just make that green flag pit stop. I bet these guys would love to run a nice long run, because we had a little bit of a few long runs. It is the nature of the track, though. Now, the track is very, very loose. It always has been. And, I don't know if everybody knows this, but when the track was reconfigured, they actually did make the banking, well, not the banking, but they made the turns thinner. There's way less real estate on the track, too. They gotta keep that in mind. As the track, I mean, I wish they would have kept the width of the track the same as what it was, I think it would have put on a pretty decent, more decent racing. Would have been able to give you a lot more 3-wide action too. Don't know if it would have been possible, but it could have been. By possible, I mean is like, would it be viable? Because you can have as many lanes as you want. Like we know iRacing Super Speedway, for example. There's a ton of lanes on that track, but realistically, only 3 or 4 of them are typically used. The only time you go really more than 3 wide on that track is if you're trying to make maybe a crazy move on the front straightaway or the back straightaway. That's pretty much it. There's a ton of real estate out by the wall there, but can't really do anything with it. I'll tell you though, Atlanta has been reconfigured 3 times to my knowledge. Well, not 3 times, but it's been 3 different shapes. At first it used to be, as Ian Ogden, good restart there with the 69. Easily will clear to 17 in the 48 in the 84. It used to be a 1.5 mile track. It's always been a 1.5 mile track. It used to be a circle, just a literal circle. Half-mile corners and quarter-mile straightaways. It was a really tough track. High banked as well. Ogden just gets dumped from the lead pretty much. Gets thrown up in the wall and just, hey, I'll take the lead from that. Goes the 69, but Josh Ledger back into the lead. He's been leading a lot today. But yeah, as I was saying, it was a tough track to run. High banked. You could think almost like a Homestead in a way, but it was higher banked than Homestead. A lot of viable grooves. But yeah, I think the corners were much more tighter and longer, whereas Homesteads are more short, I believe. Then it got reconfigured in the one that we had just a couple of years ago, which was the tri-oval layout. And that's kind of where we started getting a lot of the cookie cutter layouts, you could say. The reconfiguration of Atlanta was very, very similar to what it was for Charlotte. It was either kind of got like tracks that look like Vegas or Kansas, and then you kind of got stuff like Atlanta or Charlotte. You could say like a track like Texas, for example. And Texas got reconfigured where that turn 1, I'll tell you, it's something else. Oh man, 3 wide and nearly causing a wreck in the rear. I saw one guy just get his nose absolutely chopped off. He's lucky he didn't wreck. Good pacer trying to make it work on the bottom with the 2. Eric Wolf. Now, Eric, you just got to be careful because, yeah, you can give people the pushes all you want. You don't want to be up someone's rear for too long, though. The main reason for that is it's going to cook your fluids, essentially. And they will cook faster than you think. There goes the oh man, there's a wreck going on in the back straightaway. It's going to be the 51, the teal car of Paul S. Jr. Oh man, big wreck in the corner. And it looked like maybe at the 40. Ooh, did Eric Wolf check up? Something happened there because yeah, the one just got absolutely shot up the track and then came down. And just they couldn't save it. They could not save it. 51 goes up, and 01 just dropped a bumper like it was litter, and Kyle Martin got himself turned around. Coming back to the caution, going to be Alex Tilley in the lead in his 17. All right. Things are going to get interesting now. So, track position is everything. And in these cars, you know, where you know you're probably going to get back to green with about 6 to go in the stage or something like that. Some people may consider pitting on most tracks, not this track. Track position is everything here, and it's probably something you don't want to give up. Plus, you don't want to be on a different strategy than anyone else, so I doubt very few people will pit here, if any. I mean, I would bet the wrecked people that got in it, they'll probably pit. But I don't really see many other people pit. We got Mike Miller down pit road, Mayberry Jr. Yeah, it's a majority of the cars that got wrecked are in it. Yeah, a couple people who didn't. Probably just maybe trying to get a head start on fuel, or maybe just throw on maybe some left side tires so you can roll around your rights. All right. We going back to green this time by. Watch you next time by. And see if anyone wants to talk to us. Let's bring up the chats. Let's see if we... who do we want to talk to? Who do we want to talk to? No one really to talk to, unfortunately. Yeah, don't forget to chat up, guys. I'd love to see what you have to say. Yeah, I know we got about 7 viewers in the chat, so... You know, would love to see what you got to say about the race. Don't forget to chat. Alright, 7 laps to go. This time... And then we'll be almost halfway through the race. Alright, pace car off the track. And we're green. Good start for Alex Tilley. And have Travis right behind him. Travis, highest mover today, up 14 spots, tied with Andrew Allen, who's actually fallen back down a spot, so he's going to be 13th highest up there. 14, we haven't really seen him much up there today. One car heads down pit road. It's going to be Stevens, who is multiple laps down. Thomas is the first car lap down, 3 laps down. I think what these guys are going to do is they're going to fight for at this stage. I don't think there's any sense, or not really any sense, but I don't think there's any real idea of them calming down, and I think they're just going to fight at this point. I don't think going single file for any amount of time at this point is on the table. 3 wide, and that's never easy. And, well, it's not going to work out for the 5. Brandon Ward. Going to be 4 to go before the stage. I think Tilley's in a really good spot right now to win the stage or to get some points out of it. I mean, that's what he needs. I think he's pretty much guaranteed almost a 3rd. Leading out here, it's the only super speedway track really, you know, unless you were to go back to the 90s perhaps, where you might want to be leading on the final lap, because it's so hard to really get going and get a run. I mean, if you're on a run, if you got the lead, if you're on, oh no, got hit. Can they save it? Oh my goodness, they just saved it. Good job, guys. And, well, the 9 and the 99, they're going to be rethinking working with each other again, I bet. As they just got themselves out of a good stage finish. 3 to go. Tilley getting all worked on by the 19. But he's just going to hang on to his ground. And if the 19 wants the win, he's going to have to jump out and hope that the 14 can help him. A white flag on the stage and 1 lap to go. Got a wall straight behind. It looks like the 9. Out of turn number 4 for the final stage, it's going to be John pulling out in his 19, but it won't work. Tilley going to win stage number 2. Caution will be out. Not a bad ending. To that second stage. Now, question is, will we see green flag pit stops later on? I mean, we'll have, well, not enough fuel to do it, so we'll see what will happen then. We'll get them down pit road. And, you know, I'll tell you, Alex Tilley, John Ledger, they're both looking really good. We're going to give a little chat. I just completely just forgot what I was talking about there. Alright, oh yeah, I was seeing if anyone wants to chat. You know what? Let's talk to Tilley. Tilley, I figured I'd give you an interview since I see you in here. How you doing?
Hey, not too bad. How about you?
Well, at the point, halfway through, you and John pretty much, at this point, leading a good amount of the laps. What does it take to stay up front and win the race with half the race complete?
This is a track that's really hard to stay up front, just with the crazy runs that you get. And I've been around a lot of guys that are part of the 11-11 team, but we've been working well together. So yeah, you really just the top line was the dominant line. Just really had to stay up there and hope for the best. A couple of guys got some runs on the bottom, but I think at this point in the race, staying on the top was the best thing you could do.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like at Atlanta, there's one dominant line. It's either the high or the low end. And it seems like today, at least in the Cup car, it's the high end. We did see, some moves made on the bottom, but it really takes a couple laps to really get a move on. You can't just really pull out and make it unless you got an extraordinary good amount of help. Do you think you want to be in the lead on the last lap, or do you want to be able to make that move on the last lap?
I think at this track, most of the time, I would honestly say that you want to be in the lead, but the way you get runs at this track and the way that you can really just make moves, I think you almost want to be second or maybe even third on the last lap at this track, just to have more options. Because I feel like when you're the leader, you're really kind of a sitting duck when people start making moves, and it's really, like I said, just with the runs people get, it's super hard to make blocks and all that. So
Yeah, and
um,
it's a thin track too. It's hardly enough to go through wide on this track.
yeah, you just kind of when you're up in the front with the runs that everybody gets at this track compared to like a Daytona or a Talladega, you really just have to hold your line and hope for the best, and pretty much just watch out your mirror 90% of the time. So, yeah.
All right. Well, good luck. We'll see where you finish.
All right, sounds good. Thanks.
Yep. All right. Well, John Ledger and Ian Ogden gonna lead him back down the green. Halfway through the Chick-fil-A 180. There we go. Green flag. Now, the one thing I forgot to mention is that 6 cars stayed out. And, I'm just going to tell you, we have a good amount of laps on the tires, I believe. Yeah, 36 laps? Okay. These guys haven't fit in 36 laps. So they're going to be way looser and way slower than the guys behind. The guys behind. And these guys are going to be pretty even, I would say, for maybe the first couple of laps, where everyone's trying to get their tires back up to the temperature that is required. But once those tires get heating up, these guys in the front, they're going to start getting loose. And, the guys that have new tires, they're not going to pull away or anything. But it's going to be extremely easier to pass them than it would be before. And, I would say running the high lines probably helping them save the tires a little bit. John Ledger runs up top of Colin Garrett. Colin Garrett's another guy. He's been up there for a good amount of the day. Eric Wolf. Is Eric Wolf one of those guys that stayed out? Let's see. Yeah, he did not. So yeah, Wolf are going to lead the new tire gang as everyone's getting spread out again. And it seems like these guys are really having trouble staying together once these restarts happen. Eric Wolf probably going to want to just take his losses and pull in line, as that is what he'll do. And Eric going to pull out again, see if he can make a move. Might be able to take it from the 42 there. No, can't. He's going to fall off again. 51 going to come on with him, but looking at things here, seems like they're calming down a little bit. There's a few guys that kind of want to push the issue right now. But, we still have another pit stop in this. If, conventional wisdom would plan out here, I'd say, expect it to happen around at the halfway point. So probably around lap 94. Oh, man, what? English? Probably around lap 94. It is when you'd expect probably to see some pit stops. But, for these guys that did pit, you're going to have to come down soon. And I think what these guys are hoping for is that, if they think that they can make it on one stop, great. And I'd be interested to see how it plans out for them. But I just don't see that happening. We haven't gone on board yet. Let's go on board with the 9. You know what? Nah, we'll go on board with let's go on board with Paul Jr. instead. Leader of the bottom line right now. Sun's starting to set, looks like. Or it's cloudy out. It is cloudy out. Yeah, overcast outside, so the track is going to be a little bit cooler. They're not going to get the big slippy tires, perhaps, that you would when it gets hot out and worn out. You'll probably still hang on a little bit with what you got, but as the run goes on, you'll definitely see the difference pronounced between the guys who stayed out and the guys who didn't. And it sounds like pretty much all in the throttle for the 42, which sort of surprised me. Because I thought they were wrecking for a second. The 69 just got loose in the wall and came down. It doesn't even really seem like they're lifting. So, I mean, these cars, at least on Atlanta last time I drove them, they felt like they had a lot of downforce. It's always, oh no, the 9 around. And that's a big crash. Ton of cars involved. The 9, well, gets it straight, but I don't know what happened there. Who hit who? Looks like the 19 pulled out a line, and maybe the 9 didn't expect it or something. He just got completely taken out, and then the 51 just got absolutely sent. Kyle Martin. That's a hard hit right there. It blew the engine, it did. Oh, and slid right down in front of the 88 too. Poor Andrew just lost his bumper. All right, under the caution flag. Eric Wolf has the lead. Stoda, let's go in the chat. That was great interview with Tilly. Thank you very much. Maybe we'll find another one. We'll maybe get another interview in a second. Pretty sure this won't be the last caution. I just want to see who comes down pit road, and then we'll head to our commercial break. All right, who comes down pit road? It's going to be Ian, Vaughn, Garrett, Tilly. I believe most of these guys are the ones that stayed out before. Yep. A couple of guys didn't. I think some of these guys are probably going to come down just for fuel. And a couple of cars are going to stay out. Joe Tardif as well. Ledger. Good pacer coming down too. Looks like a lot of cars are taking tires. .48 down pit road 2. Dominic Privet leaves his pit box. All right. We'll be right back on the Southern Broadcast Race Network. 75 of 124 complete. All right. Back on SBRN, Eric Wolf has chosen the high side. And we're going back to green. Just under 50 laps to go. And since they're all bunched up, I think, haven't done this segment in a while. Turn off the overlay, get it on the static, let's crank it up. Big crash. Back straightaway. And I had my mic muted so I couldn't get to it. Ow. What happened there? All right, let's take a look at the chopper cam. I think this is an appropriate camera for this. What happened? 2 into the wall, gets loose, and takes some people with him. Ooh! Big hit from the 88. And the 12 is involved in another wreck. He's had enough of today, I bet. Paul Jr. the leader, how about that? Started second to last, is now first. How about Paul Jr.? Looking good today. Well, that was a way to end to crank it up, wasn't it? You know what? Well, I think we have an opportunity. Let's get Paul down here. Paul, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Well, second to last to first right now. How about it?
Oh, it's going good. Trying to stay out of trouble.
So, you know, how's it been kind of running through the pack? What is what have you learned so far?
Try to stay out of the way of the bees, to be honest with you.
There's been a lot of people getting stung tonight, I guess you
Yeah,
could say.
absolutely.
Um, where's it feeling good for you right now?
I mean, I'm liking running the middle, to be honest. It's pretty safe now. This is running the bottom. You don't got to worry about getting into the wall.
Now, the one thing I'm wondering is how's the tire wear? Because I know Atlanta's always been known for tire wear.
Not too bad, surprisingly. It's nothing like the old track.
Well, what I've always experienced on this track is that once you've run about 30 laps on a set of tires, the car will really start to get loose.
Yeah, we noticed that in practice, and I think the cloud cover's helping us out a bit with that today. It's keeping
Not not
keeping
as
more grip
not as
on them.
hot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'll tell you this. Got just about over 40 to go. How long can you make it on a tank of fuel?
I think I got 15 laps or something in it. Yep, coming down
15
pretty
laps.
soon.
All right. How much can you do on a full tank?
About 60 laps. 62, I think, is the max.
Oh wow, I was thinking a lot less with the fuel settings that we have. All right. Well, it seems like you're getting good fuel mileage then.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
All right. Well, good luck. We'll see where you're at when it's over with.
10-4, thank you. Gonna need it.
Yep. All right. Paul Jr. Gonna lead him back to green. He takes the high side. This time. Still a little bit early to be making crazy moves, but it seems like that one was just a mistake that happened and turned into circumstance, I guess. I got 15 laps in the tank of fuel, so what the 42 wants is he wants another caution. He wants one quick. I'm surprised you hadn't pit that yet, though. As he would be able to make it then. Me, he's more concerned about tires. Wants to be in a better position with tires, perhaps. All right. 42 to go. Hutch in there from Ogden, goodness. All right, here we go. Green flag. By the way, only 11 cars, well, 12 cars actually, are on the lead lap. So, the field has been whittled down, although there are a bunch of cars still in contention. Stanley Thomas, by the way. Man, he's looking good right now. Stanley Thomas was quite a... Ooh, the 69 in the wall. He's all right, though. But yeah, Stanley Thomas was, I believe, 3 laps down at one point. He got involved in that early accident. The guy's now in 13th. And he is the only car that is 1 lap down. So he's guaranteed the lucky dog, as long as no one else goes a lap down. And as long as he doesn't get in the wreck. Well, that is if a caution comes out. But, I mean, he's running the smart move right now. Just kind of chill out. No need to really do anything. Let the guys be, well, let the guys have their fun up top. Have their fun. And, maybe they'll have a wreck. just wait for that to happen, and we'll see. Paul Jr. moves to 8th spot. Ian Ogden retakes the lead. Paul Jr. wants that lead back, but I'm just not sure if anyone wants to go with him right now. Kind of a bit lonely down there right now. No one really wants to help. 42 to the lead, no biggie. Perhaps. Thanks for the onboard. Now, who should we go on board with, chat? Who should we go on board with? Who looks like a fun person to go on board with? Let's we go with Chet. Let's go with Jesse. Second place car. And the one thing I'm already telling right now is that the track, well, it looks like it was in sunshine for just a moment, getting back into the shade. So the older tire guys are definitely going to be happier about that. Looks like it was a little bit sunnier in 1 and 2 in the back stretch, going to 3 and 4. And it does seem like it's getting a bit sunnier out. So over time, the track's going to get hotter. Then it gets slicker too. Got a lap car ahead too. But they're just going to all go around him. No one's really going to try to maybe get a draft off him. I mean, it's a good opportunity to do it if you want to. Pull out and maybe just try to get a draft off the guy. Try to propel yourself up to a higher position. Might be even be able to work with him, but who is that up there? Anyhow. Just went to Andrew Allen on accident, and he's looking rough right now. That is Eric Wolf right now, and he's multiple laps down. Car doesn't look too damaged. He should be able to go pick up speed once he can get in line, but now obviously not going to be in any hurry to do so. The 42 will go with him, at least for a moment, but he'll dump him back down. All right, 30 laps to go, coming up soon. Ian Ogden still the leader. Looking around, seeing if we have any guys that we haven't really seen a lot. I haven't seen that 24 all day, to be honest. That's the first time I've ever seen him today. Look at him, he's moved his way up to 5th. I mean, he started 7th. I'm wondering where he went, because I hadn't seen him the whole race. What is that? What is that in the car? Is that the Rock? Who is that? Let's, can't really tell. See if I can get a closer camera on that 24. Or is it just going to be stingy? I don't know, looks like him. Anyone in the chat with better eyes than me, tell me if that's tell me if my suspicions are right. Looks like him. Back in the WE days, a long time ago, it seems. 24 car has LA Knight on it. That's probably beyond my years. Wouldn't know. Wouldn't know. Look at Paul looking to make it 3 wide. I don't know. Three wide just really doesn't really work on this track that much. Especially in the middle. The middle, I mean, for as long as I can. Oh, the 19 around. And that's going to take the 92 with him. Caution is out, and poor Stanley. Not going to get his lucky dog. He just got in the wall and got loose, and bang. That's a rip right there. All right. Caution back out. Lap 97. Now you're bunching these guys up. You know, we got 12 on the lead lap right now. I think this is where it starts to get feisty. Now, we saw the 42 going 3 wide for a second there. And, you know, as I was saying, you know, being in the middle, I remember that being called the sucker hole for a long time because that's where the suckers get put when they fall back. You know, I think that I don't know even, like, where do you want to be at this point? The bottom seems to work for a little bit where you can kind of get a run out, but it just, I don't know. Seems tough. All right, down pit road, it's going to be Vaughn Jr., Previtt. The other Previtt, Dominic and Josh. Tardif, Cole, Garrett. Poor Stanley, man. Wished he had that lead lap back. Didn't get it, though. Took a hard hit. Got his bumper back. You better thank iRacing for that one. Yeah, we'll get the damage fixed and shouldn't go a lap down. Dominic gonna throw 4 tires on it. 4 freshies. Jack down, a little late to get out, but good pit stop for a 24. It's gonna be Jesse Vaughn leaving pit road first. We'll be back on the Southern Broadcast Race Network for the restart. We'll be right back. Now 3/4 of the 42 team, well, his teammates aren't here, so that ain't good for the 42, but he's been running good for himself, so he should be able to still get a good finish out of it, and who knows, you just see what you can get and work with it to the end. 25 laps to go. This time by. Good restart from 21 and 84. Gotta keep in mind, though, I mean, there's only about 12 competitive cars out there. I don't think any of them really have damage, but you just don't want to get separated. One problem, though, is Daniel Gray is separated. Actually, now only 11 cars are on the lead lap, yeah, because that one car wrecked. Ian Ogden leads him down with the 2 Toyotas, 3 on the lead lap. There's not a single Ford on the lead lap, though, so not a good day if you're a Blue Oval fan. And they're slowing down. Caution is out. I believe that might have been Josh. Oh yeah, Josh spinning around. Bang! That's a lack of awareness right there. Just slamming into the 14. Back under caution with 24 laps to go. Got up here. Talk to Dominic. Yeah? Hello, Dominic.
How we doing?
Oh, we're doing just dandy. How you doing?
Hanging in there, trying to survive here, playing the game of survival.
All right, 23 laps to go. In fourth. I hadn't really even seen you until about 10 laps ago. What was going on before then?
Just riding. You know, like I said, just these kinds of races are all about survival. Just trying to keep it clean. Had a close call on before, not this last caution, the caution before. Went across the nose of the 42, unfortunately, almost destroyed it, but luckily we came out unscathed, and we're up here running P4 here, so hopefully we can stay out of trouble the rest of this race, but you never know here.
What do you want for the last 5 laps? Where do you want to be in the last 5 laps?
If I'm in last 5 laps, don't want to be leading, but want to be, I think you got to be within the top 6 and with help, with friends with you, for sure.
Well, where are your friends at?
9 car, I know he was just involved in that last one, so my teammate the 9, my cousin Josh, he's got to get back up to me, but I feel like we can do it and try to make a run at it.
All right, well, 20 laps to go on the restart. It's most likely going to be, so we shall see what can be done. Is the track feeling a little bit slicker now that the sun's out?
A little bit. Some of it is, a little bit colder tires. We're getting some short runs. Tires aren't heating up as much, so it definitely feels a little bit different than when we were on a longer run earlier.
All right. Good job tonight, and we'll see what you can do.
Appreciate it.
All right, with that being said, we'll be back in 10 seconds of the broadcast race. All right. Back on the Sun Broadcast Race Network. Impact Racing Series. Ian Ogden gonna lead him down again with Jesse Vaughn on his outside. 20 laps to go. That's just over about 10 minutes of racing. So, 10 minutes, that goes by pretty quickly. Green flag. Good restart for Vaughn and Ogden. Vaughn back to the outside, immediately going to go with the 21. 42, though, left on the bottom again. He's just been left alone. Paul no friends right now, unfortunately. That 42 car. He's hoping to maybe get some help from Eric Wolf, who not on the lead lap right now, but can still be useful. Go up top with him, and the 9, the two Privets, 24 and 9, they're not too far away from each other. 24's in third and 9 just behind. Just 2 cars separate them, or more on the bottom. And I gotta tell you, you'll see some give and take, throughout the race. you got to think though. You're getting to that point, and you know everybody's point, you could say, is a little bit different. Now, when is your point? When you're done giving? When it's going to be a lot more take and a lot less give? You know, at a track like Talladega, you can, you know, maybe make that limit with like 5, 6, 7 to go, even maybe 4, 3 to go. At Atlanta, a track that is significantly harder to pass on. I mean, if you were to rank, you know, if we were to have a tier list of how easy it is to pass, Talladega, you could probably say is an A tier. Daytona, maybe a C, because, you know, Daytona, maybe a B. It really depends, because the Daytona, it's much more sketchy when you go 3 wide at Daytona. At Talladega, it's very easy. Daytona, not impossible, though. Oh, man, there goes the 24. And the 48-2, caution, out again. He got a shot from Eric Wolf and just sent him down there, and they're not going to be pleased with that, with the lap car getting into them. But I don't see the caution lights. We will stay green. Guess they were off the racetrack rather fast, so we will stay green. But yeah, as I was saying, you know, it's hard enough to go 2 wide at this track at times. 3 wide, I mean, there's room for 3 wide. But with the less grip that there is on the track, but the harder it is to control the cars, the dogleg especially, it can be really hard. Oh man, that 24 car is fixing to get run over there. It can be really hard to make a pass. So I gotta say, you know, with 14 laps to go, it may be soon, but you gotta stop letting the give happen about right now. You gotta force your way to make these moves. As you can see, Tilly goes down with Josh Cole. First time that we've probably seen the 43 up there all race long. Not really seen him in any other contacts. I mean, he's been pretty far back for most of the race. This is the really first time that I've seen the bottom work for most of the race, and it's kind of interesting to see what, you know, a disorganized top with an organized bottom can really do. You know, it's a 6v2 right now. And while the top is probably faster in long term, you know, how long does it take for guys to pull out? Well, the 69 pulls out. And, oh man, they had a bad block there on the 21. They all had to check up then. If I was him, maybe I would just try to lead him down, pull the draft off a 9, and then try to get that little bit of a slingshot. Draft isn't as powerful here either. You gotta keep that in mind. You're going at a slower pace. You know, for a car that's meant to go faster, so you gotta keep that in mind too. Oh man, the 14 getting loose. They are going 4 wide almost. They had lost it for just a second. The 14 had to back out, and you know, these two are going to be okay for a minute, but they're going to get caught again. Could have been a big wreck there, and now we're just down to 9 to go. And if I'm these guys up here, I don't know, if you're the 42, you might just have to back out of that. I mean, I think you might be able to get the draft off him, but you don't want to risk it. It looks like they're going to get it, but he's probably just going to have to let them by. That's what he'll do. I don't think they're too far away to get them, but that lap car is definitely going to make it easier. 8 laps to go at the line. Chevy, 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 Chevy. 3 Toyotas and 3 more Chevys. And a bunch of lap cars coming up right now. The 24 is going to provide just a little bit of a draft as they move up to back to the high side. The 14 left out to dry. And he's going to fall back from 3rd to about probably 7th or 8th. Tilly leads with 7 laps to go. Josh Cole, highest mover, 21 spots up on the day. Paul Jr. not far behind, 20 on the day. 10 cars are on the lead lap, including, by the way, Stanley Thomas. But with the way that they're running right now, I'd say 8 of them are in this race. 8 of them can win it with just 7 to go. The 43 moves down to the bottom. Tilly still leading where he wants to be on the high side. Oh, Tilly gets hit by the 9. The 43 gets loose, and the 9 gets loose too. And they're going around almost all the leaders wreck. And there is your caution with 6 laps to go. What happened there? Oh, it's like, yeah, Tilly got ran over by the 9, came down on the 43. And, you know, they're just trying to gather themselves up. And it looks like the 9 just got loose off the corner. 43 is going to go around anyway, but and Ogden just got double tapped. You know, the 42 goes around too. The 48 looks like he goes to try to avoid it. Hits the 17. And only 2 cars of that look like they got through cleanly. Maybe 3. But yeah, if you're Stanley Thomas, if you're Daniel Gray, you're feeling good about yourself right now because you're going to have a chance with all these leaders wrecking to get back up there and give it a rip. Should be a natural green-white checkered with 5 laps to go. We'll have 2 caution laps. And then, hopefully, be able to finish it under green. Stanley Thomas down pit road. And I'm under the assumption that that guy's taking tires. Watch out for him. Seems like pit road opened early for him. So he might go a lap down. Thomas, get on the pits. You're going to go a lap down, buddy. Get out of there. He's going to go a lap down. You get for pitting before you're supposed to. Back in the lead lap, Joe Tardif. Tilly is the leader. 4 laps to go. Tom Garrett, you know, he's been second all day pretty much. I don't know if he's even been in the lead. Strojny in 3rd, Cole 4th. Ogden 5th, Jesse Vaughn. Actually, in 7th. Daniel Gray 6th. All right. 3 laps to go. I mean, we know where Tilly's been dominant all day. You got to take the high side. High side, it's the only thing that really makes sense. I just don't know if the bottom's going to have the power to do it. He's going to go bottom, actually. No. He's going to go bottom with the 14. That one's surprising. Tilly going to go bottom. All right. Well, time to see. 3 to go. Tilly departing from his conventional spot. And it's going to get wild. Green, white, checkered. Now this is where, if you're in the lead or if you're maybe in that second, third, or fourth spot, you know, you're shaking a little bit. You just want to get going, just get it over with. Try to get the win. And it's a long minute for these guys. They don't want another restart. 10 cars on the lead lap. That will finish this race. Joe Tardif, though, going to be in the rear to restart. So he's a guy that does want another caution. Green flag. Well, good restart from Tilly. Going to take the 14 with him. Hopefully, perhaps. And where is he going to go? Going to stay bottom for now. Bottom getting real close up there to 69. Pretty much has no help right now. He has to wait for the 43 to get to him. Tilly leads by a car length over the top side. And 14 giving a massive shove. Strozny. White flag this time. 1 lap to go from Atlanta. Strozny pulls out of line. Ogden goes down bottom. And Strozny is out without help. It's so packed up in the rear. The 99, the 48, everyone going around in the back. The 42, the 24, round 2. Strozny leads down the backstretch for the final time. I don't know if Tilly's going to win it. He doesn't have any help. Strozny leads off of 4. And it's going to be a win here, I think, for Strozny. Colin Garrett pulls out at the last second. Josh Cole finishes 3rd. Tilly falls back to 4th. And Privet is the last guy to finish on the lead lap in 10th. What happened down the backstretch? Oh my goodness. It got wild. A bunch of guys just pushed off the corner. They all got hit. Essentially. I saw the 9 flipping too, so a lot of guys just got in the wall. Nothing that really could be done. Eric Wolf going around, 24 going around. Someone lost their bumper. Evick goes back in the traffic. And whammo from the 87. Not often that you see these next-gen cars flip. And at the line, Strozny beats out Colin Garrett by just a thousandth of a second. How about that? Well, Travis Strozny gets the win. Freedom United Motorsports with the checkered flag, T. Stro says in the chat. 43 giving him a little bit of a bump. He was up there for a minute, but yeah, unfortunately not there at the end. I'm going to do some donuts for that 42. All right, that was a good run there. Had a few moments, but you know, was a good time. And you know, I think we should be here next week. looking for the schedule right now. Oh, man. Goodness gracious. It seems like there's a little bit of lag right now. But yeah, next race is going to be Watkins Glen. We'll have that up Friday or Saturday, and then we'll have the Christmas break. We'll be back in January 2024. 2 races then after Watkins Glen, and the playoffs will start. That'll be all for the broadcast tonight. See, we'll burn it down. Lagging in and out. That was a good time in the Impact Racing League. Hope everyone has a good night, and we'll see you next time on the Southern Broadcast Race Network. Strozny the winner, Garrett 2nd, Tilly 3rd, Cole 4th, Ogden 5th, Junior 6th, Gray 7th, Tardif 8th, Vaughn 9th, Previtt 10th, Good Pacer 11th, Thomas 12th, Previtt 13th, Wolf 14th, Allen 15th, Ledger 16th, Stephen 17th, Miller 18th, Mayberry 19th, Johnson 20th, Francesqui 21st, Martin 22nd, Ward 23rd, Frey 24th, Alma 25th, Holgis 26th, and Fennel 27th. That'll be all for the broadcast tonight. Good night, everybody. This is on the Broadcast Race Network. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.